I was still holding my access badge when he said it. Your services are no longer required. No build-up, no explanation, just a sentence delivered with the arrogance of someone who believes power is permanent. I didn't argue, I didn't plead, I didn't even blink. Betrayal always sounds loud to the person committing it and almost silent to the one who's already prepared. He leaned back in his chair, already done with me, already enjoying the space my absence would leave. Then he added the real reason I was there. Before you go, I'll need full administrative access, immediately. That's when I smiled, just barely. No, I said, calm, polite, final. You'll need to clear that with legal. The room changed temperature. Minutes later, the board was calling the founder. I hadn't always been his problem. Before the title, before the tailored suits and borrowed authority, he wasn't built, he was introduced. Recommendations, promises, handshakes he hadn't earned. I was already there, years deep, systems humming, crises solved before anyone smelled smoke. I was infrastructure ignored when everything worked, indispensable when it didn't. We had history, late nights before launches, dawn calls during outages. He used to thank me, used to listen. Then the title came, and with it, a hunger that didn't understand limits, corporate or legal. The shift was quiet, meetings I wasn't invited to, decisions stripped of context, requests rushed and sloppy. Power makes people impatient. The first warning came dressed as efficiency. Why do you still have so many master permissions? Casual voice, calculating eyes. I answered honestly, because legal assigned them, because someone has to understand the consequences of using them. He smiled, but not with his eyes. That's when I started watching. Betrayal doesn't arrive loudly, it leaks. Unexplained calendar blocks, vendor calls I was excluded from, a consultant whose name didn't exist in procurement. Then the mistake, a half-forwarded PDF in my inbox, sitting there like a confession. Streamlined governance plan. My role, redundant. My access, critical. They wanted me gone, but the door's unlocked. I didn't confront him, I didn't warn anyone, I did what I've always done. I documented everything. Every request, every shortcut, every message where urgency replaced authorization. I mirrored logs, archived permissions, tagged timestamps, quietly looped legal into routine updates. Same tone, same professionalism. Let him believe I was still loyal. It hurt, I won't lie. I built those systems, I built that trust. Watching someone plan to weaponize my work felt like theft. But pain is temporary. Leverage is forever. The day he fired me wasn't sudden, it was scheduled. After a board meeting, after hours, fewer witnesses. He thought he was clean. He wasn't. Termination doesn't erase responsibility, and access doesn't transfer through intimidation. When he demanded full control, he thought it was paperwork. It wasn't. Company policy required legal approval for privilege reassignment during executive transitions, especially with audit flags. And there were flags. I had placed them myself. So when I said no, it wasn't rebellion, it was precision. I walked out calmly, badge still active, phone silent. 3 minutes later, legal received the automated alert my refusal triggered. 6 minutes later, the compliance dashboard lit up like a flare. By minute 10, the board secretary requested an emergency call. I didn't need to be there to know what they found. Unauthorized access attempts, draft agreements sent from a personal email, a consultant that didn't exist, motive spelled out in logs. He hadn't wanted efficiency. He wanted control. The confrontation happened without me. I heard about it later from someone whose voice still shook. He denied it first, claimed urgency, tried charm when authority failed. Then legal asked one question. Why did you attempt to bypass approval protocols immediately after terminating the administrator who maintained them? Silence isn't dramatic in real life. It's sweat, it's blinking, it's realizing the room has turned against you. They called the founder. The company was built on structure, on knowing exactly who held which keys and why. This was neither. By morning, his title meant nothing. He was escorted out before lunch, access revoked, phone wiped, name removed from the org chart like a typo corrected. No announcement. No spectacle. Just absence.